Alright folks, it's been a long time since I made a video. I've got the backhoe on today. Thought I would show you how it mounts up and how to take it off. So this is a Mahindra 2555 with the 65B hoe on it. 18-inch bucket. And it mounts pretty easy. It only takes me probably less than 15 minutes tops to get it mounted. Something else I want to point out. I made this out of a garden planter that you put on a 2x6 railing, and I just cut a couple of holes in it, and I got these brackets from Home Depot, and then it just slips on and off of the top here, so I can put some stuff in there and just take it on and off whenever I need to. So the backhoe. Let's see if I can get a picture of the mounting point. Right there is one top mount that goes in here, another one on the other side, and right down here at the bottom is where it sits in a cradle, a hook. So there's two on this side and two on the other side like that. And here are the two hoses, hydraulic hoses. Something to mention about the hydraulic hoses. I had an additional set of hydraulic ports put on the back. For the backhoe, you really have to use the set that came with it on the tractor, because it uses the hydraulic lever up here, and the one that came with it, this out of the way, is this inside one. And if you'll notice, right now it's in neutral. In order to have the hydraulic oil flow to the backhoe, you got to push the lever forward and it locks in, or detente I guess it's called, and the hydraulic oil will just keep flowing to the hose, so you can use the hose arms to move the bucket and stuff like that. Whenever I'm not using the hoe, like if I'm just driving around with it after I'm done digging, I'll put it back into neutral, just in case a hose pops on the backhoe, gets ripped out, and won't drain the hydraulic oil out completely. Now, if I put the backhoe hoses on the extra set of hydraulic ports I had put on, it would go to this lever here. But if you notice, you push it forward, you let go, it automatically returns to neutral. So in order for the backhoe to be used, you'd have to have somebody up here holding this lever in forward in order to keep the hydraulic oil flowing. So that's why you don't use that extra set for the backhoe itself. So that's about it. I'll start it up and show you how to take it off and on. And I don't think there's too many videos out there showing you that, so I'll do it right now. Alright, so in order to take the backhoe off, I'm going to first raise the boom up some. Extend the dipper a little bit, and put it back down. Like that. First thing to do is to lower the outriggers or the stabilizer some. Just enough to take a little bit of weight off the backhoe. That's it. And this side too. Too much. Alright, now there's a pin here. There it is. And so we have to get some of the weight off to get that freed up. So now I'm just going to lower the boom a little bit. Try to push this bracket back. Oh, gotta get a little bit of a hammer. Little stubby hammer I got from Harbor Freight. And we'll just go here and tap up on it. That. And there's a pin on the other side. You just got to do the same thing. But right over over there should be the other pin. So we'll take, there it is, pin out, and we will smack this up a little bit, slip that out, and we'll go on the other side. Now, I'm going to bring the boom in a little bit. And we're trying to get this to slide out. I have to lower the outriggers a little bit. See, it's slowly coming out. I'm just inching the hydraulics in and out just a little bit at a time. You don't really want to rush it and have it just come banging out. So now again, I'm going to bring the boom in a little bit, raise it up, and you see it's coming out. And all the while, I'm watching the outriggers or the stabilizers, and I'm just taking a little bit of pressure off each time from each side. Not too much. I keep it within about an inch of the ground so it won't go slamming down on me. Now I did the outriggers. Now I'm going to do the boom. Bring it in a little bit and you'll see how it's coming out. Same thing with the other side. I do each side a little bit, the outriggers. Actually, I'll stand back here, it might be better. Now I'm going to use the boom again and just raise it up. And now you see how it's just about out. I'll raise the boom up a little more. Not too much. I'm keeping an eye on it to make sure it doesn't come off the ground too much. And now you see it popped right out. And the bottom cradles are also came right out. So you see it's kind of hard to tell, but right there that's out. And you'll see the bucket is on the ground. The boom is like that angle. And the outriggers or stabilizer are on the ground. And you can see that's that right there. That's out of the hook. So now all you have to do is make sure you put the lever into neutral. And I tend to shut the engine off, then I'll take off the hydraulic lines. And I'll just cap them. And that's it. And then you can hook up whatever you want. A couple other things to note. With this, I leave the 3-point arms on. All I have to do is take, there, I take off that pin, and I remove the stabilizer bar here, and then I just use a bungee cord to hold it tight against here. I do that for each side, and that's about it. And then I can leave the stabilizers on, and when I'm mounting the backhoe on, I make sure that the stabilizers sit on top of here. I don't get caught, sit on top. I don't get caught under the platform, the backhoe platform. It's actually pretty easy. And to mount it, you just do the reverse procedure. You go nice and slow. And in that case, you extend the boom. You'll have to extend the boom, and it'll push the backhoe into the cradle like that. And then you use the outriggers or stabilizers to get it to go lower into those hooks. The other thing to mention too is when I take the backhoe off, I like to put 4x4s or 4x6s underneath it over here, and then use the arms to have it settle down on top of the 4x4s or 4x6s. I just like to try to keep it off the ground in case the hydraulics leak down. But then when I'm mounting it back on the tractor, I hook up the hydraulic lines, and then I will lower the stabilizers on each side, remove the blocks, and then I'll start manipulating it to get it back on the tractor. If you leave the wood blocks underneath, it doesn't give you enough play to maneuver the backhoe to get it back onto the arm. Alright, so now I'm back on the other side. I mean, it really, you have to, when you're backing it up, the tractor, you have to get it pretty darn close. I mean, you do have some play, as you can see. You got a couple inches of play in that bottom one, and that's really critical. So you have to get it pretty close. But then once you're in there, it's not too big of a deal. See, now I'm pushing the boom lever forward, which is pushing this arm out. And it's going to be pushing these back into that C-like cradle there. Okay. Now I'll double check the point arms. Look at the bottom, make sure they're lined up. Pretty close. See what happens. And I'll use the stabilizers a little bit, raise it this way or that way to try to keep it lined up. See, it's a little bit off. So I'll try to maneuver it using the stabilizer. See, now I got a little bit of space there again. Okay, I got the stabilizers a little too high, or I should say pushing up too much. And you just gotta ease it in. Not quite right yet. Gotta back up the hoe a little bit. Gotta go back a little bit more. See, I'm trying to get it right inside that hook. Okay, now it's pretty close. Now I'll raise the stabilizer bar. A little bit this one, a little bit on the other side. It's a bit of a pain to do holding the camera. But we'll go over here, double check this. Close, but not quite. The other side seems to be lined up pretty good. This side, not so much. I'm going to try and back it up just a little bit more. Now, I also, like I said, I just keep the stabilizers slightly off the ground, or just a little bit of pressure, and the backhoe is still on. Okay. That one looks like it's lined up nice. That one looks like it's okay. Let's drop this down, or raise up the stabilizer bar a little bit. There we go. This side, keep an eye on that. Okay, so that's about an inch off the ground. That one, I'm going to raise up a little bit more. That's it. Now, should be able to push back. And you see it's slipping in. Hopefully the other side's lining up. And that's it. So that one's in its cradle. That one looks like it's in its cradle. Now I'm going to lower the outriggers or stabilizers again. Just in case anything slips off, I don't want it to go too far. Now you just throw this pin right here back into its slot like that, and then you'll lock it in with the clip, hairpin, whatever you want to call it. Right there. And that is locked in. Take the hammer. That looks okay. The hoses look okay. They don't seem to be pinched. The 3-point arms are above the foot plate, so that's okay. And we're going to throw this pin back in here. And this pin goes back in to lock it in. Right there. And that's it. And that's how you mount it and unmount it. So that's it. Have any questions? Let me know. I think I'll do a video probably later on of actually digging a hole with a backhoe for a tree I'm looking to plant. And I'll show you the float feature that's on it. Thanks again. Don't forget to subscribe if you like it.